To go back with another video, man. Today we got a catfish build for Charles Barkley. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to make it. I'm gonna show you how to get the rare build named the Crafty 3-level Snatcher, ball snatcher. Okay, Crafty 3-level ball snatcher. So I'm gonna show you how to get the build name, show you how to use your cat breakers to get the name. But once you see the cat breakers and how this build works, you're pretty much gonna play like Charles Barkley. It's gonna be crazy. But let's get into it. So you're gonna do a power forward, 6'8", 259 wings weight, and 6'11 wingspan. All right. So now, when you think of Charles Barkley, you think of an offensive juggernaut that wasn't the greatest defensively, but he can rebound as well, right? So with 2K, I wanted to kind of make him a little bit more offensive and then use the cat breakers and everything on the back end. So I'm going to show you how to get the cat breakers right, and you're going to see how crazy this build gets once we get into the cat breaker section. So we're going to start off with a 93 driving layup. So with Charles Barkley, we finishing at that rim. So you get gold float game, gold layup mix master, and then gold physical finisher. Now with this build, I wanted more strength, but to get everything that I wanted to do to set this build up, you have to have I only can get 75 strength in the beginning. Now what we're going to do to make him feel as much like Charles Barkley, you're going to max +2 your physical finisher, right? So you're going to physical finisher on legend. If you don't know about physical finisher on legend, it helps with contact dunks. When you lay up, even when you, like if you don't do the contact dunk and you get hit, it helps with all of those animations. So what you're going to do is 93 driving dunk, 93 driving layup. That's going to get you, and you tear up your physical finisher. You're going to tear up your posterizer. So now everything at the rim, we finishing. You're going to feel like Charles Barkley. You're going to feel like Zion at the rim. So that's what you do first. You tear up that physical finisher with the build specialization to legend. And you're just going to make a lot of layups, and it's going to be OP. All right, so now I get it. Charles Barkley post game. This is more of a young Charles, okay? This is like the Philly Charles, you know what I'm saying, when he was more fast breaking, things of that nature, okay? 90 mid-range shots. So you got a great mid-range shot, gold set shot specialist, silver deadeye, silver shifty shooter. Now, your three-pointer is 60, but with cat breakers, we're going to be able to get that to 81. So you'll be able to shoot threes, mid-range, get to that rim, float game, everything. So it's going to be crazy. Like I said, just watch the video. Watch all the way through. Now, Charles Barkley was a good dribbler. I ain't gonna say he was a great dribbler. So 70 ball handle, 75 speed wall to get us that silver lightning launch so that we can tear that up to gold or Hall of Fame, however you want to do it. And then 89 pass accuracy so we get that break starter on gold, dimer, and versatile visionary, because Charles Barkley was great rebounding, great passer out of that post, out of the as playing as a big man. Okay, so like right now we getting that in that mindset of like being Charles Barkley. We gonna be able to facilitate. We got a crazy mid-range. We're going to be at that rim finishing. And like I said, this is young Charles, okay? So I know some of the old heads going to come in, oh, he ain't got no post control. This can't be Charles. Oh, no. It's like, okay, this young Charles, this Philly Charles. You know, this when Moses Malone and Julius Erving was mentoring him, okay? Now, Phoenix Charles Barkley, yeah, he could go crazy. But right now he ain't got the post up yet. He ain't got the post up just yet right now. You know what I'm saying? So he right now he just run, jumping, and dunking on people. All right. So like I said, pass accuracy 89, ball handle 70, speed of ball 75. All right, interior defense 67, perimeter 50, steal on 60, and block on 68. So with this build, you will get high flyer denier on bronze. You get interceptor on bronze. Perimeter defense, it is what it is, and then like interior defense on 67. So like I said, when you play with people like this is a good build to put in lineups when you have other defenders and you kind of put yourself on the weakest defender, or you put yourself on a corner or something, somewhere where you could just press square, right? You see builds all the time with, like, you know, you got perimeters, lockdowns, and interior players with all this perimeter stuff, and they be getting cooked. I mean, let's just be honest. There be people with 95 perimeter still getting cooked on this game every day. So don't overreact to the perimeter being low. Don't overreact to the interior defense. Like I said, this is an offensive build. We out here to get buckets, all right? You know what I'm saying? It's Charles Barkley. You know what I'm saying? We out here to get buckets. So that's why I did what I did on defense. Now, again, another thing, the rebounding. Now, to get everything on this build and the cat breaker, everything right, you had to sacrifice something. So I just did offensive rebound to 67, but we can get this cat breaker up to 85 as well. So your offensive rebound can go to 85, and your three-point shot can go to 80. So everything you're seeing now can be cat braked so that you can make it look a lot better. So don't stress over what you see now, because like I said, it's all about cat breakers. It's all about transforming your build at the end of it. You got to give and take on 2K, and this is what I decided to do. Now with Rebound Chaser on 92 though, we do get the Gold Rebound Chaser, Gold Box Out, and all you have to do is you tier up your Rebound Chaser to Legend. Okay, you tier to your Rebound Chaser to Legend, and then that way what that does is you get all the Legend animations. So even if your offense rebound may be a little bit lower, because I have 90 vertical on this thing and Legend Rebound Chaser, you will see your person do a little bit more offensively on the offensive rebounds, even though it might be a lower rating. Okay, so don't be worried about the low rating on offense, because like I said, we're going to tier that Rebound Chaser up to Legend with that 90 vertical and go crazy, and you got that Legend pogo stick. So we're going to finish with 80 speed, 75 agility, 75 strength, and like I said, I wanted more strength, but like I said, to set the build up and to get the name and to make sure that you feel as good as possible with this build, I had to go 75. But at least we're gonna tier up that physical finisher, and we're tearing up Rebound Chaser and that lightning lash. So okay, so when you finish the first part of this build, you're gonna get Karl Malone, 2002, 2003 KG, 2002, 2003 Chris Webber. So the build is already goated because the shades is already goated. All right, you know, that's MVP KG, that's Chris Webber when they was taking the Lakers to 7, and then that's Karl Malone in his prime. So you know, clearly this build is in that same realm of like super elite power forward. So let's get into the cap breakers now. So I'm gonna go into the cap breaker. I'm gonna swap builds because I already made it. So I'm gonna show y'all what to do to get the name. All right, so to get the Catfish build name, this is what you do. So first things first, and let me go swap builds. Where you swap builds? Right here. So we're gonna go right here. All right, so we swap builds, and this is what you do, man. So where are we at? All right, so first things first, you have to put up steel, right? So when you put your steel up, one, you don't play no defense, so you need steel anyway. So what I did was I +4 the steel to get it to 74. Once you get the 74 steel, you become Snatcher. You get the Snatcher name. So you can't have Snatcher without 74 steel. All right, then I went and upgraded my 3-point shot to get the 78 3-point shot. So you get the next part of your name, the Crafty 3-level name. Okay, so first you put your steel up, then you put your 3-point shooting up. But let's just talk about the cap breakers in general since we're here. So what you can do, right? So you can go 96 drive and dunk, you can go 75 stand and dunk, or you can go 75 post control. So if you do feel like you want that post control, or you want to feel a little bit like you can go to the post, +5 your post control. It's perfectly fine. It's your build. Play how you want to play. You can go +5 in ball handle if you want the extra animations at that 75 threshold. You can go +5 and get the 94 pass accuracy if you want Hall of Fame Dimer and Hall of Fame Versatile Visionary. So if I'm a pass accuracy guy, some people aren't. So, you know, if you want your pass accuracy, do your thing. And then, like I said before, with the rebounding, you can get to 85 offensive rebounding. So if you feel like, oh, the rebounding is too low, just add cap breakers and get your rebound high. It's perfectly fine. Like I said, all builds aren't going to start at 99 everything, and then, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yeah, if you want rebounding, put your rebounding up. If you want some interior, you can put that up as well. Get the 78 interior. If that's what you want to do as well. So not an issue there. But like I said, I'm going to show y'all the name now. So as you can see at the top, it says Crafty 3-level ball snatcher. So like they're really not going to know how to play you. And like I said, with the 93 dunk, the 93 layup, the 90 mid-range shot, and then that 81 3-point shot, once I get that last cap breaker, you're going to be able to do everything you want on offense. And like I said, that rebounding going to be crazy once we tear everything up. So yeah, man, I think it's a very good like Catfish young Charles Barkley build. Like I said, it could do a little bit of everything. You're not really a weakness anywhere. And then, like I said, with that silver interceptor, you could tear that up to gold or Hall of Fame if you just want to press square in the corner. And then that way, you can get more stops without even having any defense. And I can also show y'all what other name you'll get when you do it. So if we come to appearance or vitals, right? So you start off at mid-paint playmaking cleaner. That was what we started at. Then you transform into ball snatching mid-paint pilot. So that's also a crazy name that I've never seen. So if that's a name that you're interested in, that's another name that you could use as well. And then that transforms into Crafty 3-level ball snatcher. So pretty much you got 2 names that you probably will never see on the court with this build, and that's why I call it like the Catfish young Charles Barkley build, because he's going to feel like Charles Barkley. You're going to be kind of bodying up people doing a lot of crazy things, but like people not going to really understand what the build name and what you actually can do with the archetype name. So make the build, use the cap breakers, do what you like to do. Like I said, this is a very good rare build name. If you like one of those people into rare build names and you just don't care about meta, this is a good non-meta build that will play like a meta build because you can do everything on the court. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man, on the video. We on the road to 2,000 subs. It's your boy Zig the GOAT, man. I'll catch y'all on that next one, man. Peace.